wish that Yugoslavia was still existing.
Yes, of course.
Bosnian coffee.
Yes.
And then the traders.
Welcome to Sarajevo.
Okay. And this is my beautiful server this morning. And we have, thank you, we have kebab. Oh, finally. So I was trying to come to this old restaurant called 2B's, a family-owned place, but now it's a bar. Now it's like a cool, trendy bar. Unfortunately, a lot of those old places are gone now, and they're just, you know, drinking places now. I would say Sarajevo probably still has a lot of the old kind of mom and pop restaurants, but this one I walked specifically here because it looked like this old mom and pop restaurant with family-style food. But now it's gone. And all right, so maybe good news. I did a little bit of digging, and I found a restaurant called Kai that might be the same owner and the same lady. This reopened there. But Bosnia, Sarajevo, seriously, instead of building a sign, just arrest pickpockets and charge them so it stops happening. It's such a stupid. It's so stupid that they wherever it happens, they make a sign and they're like, okay, we've done our job. It's a very similar mentality of instead of fixing the problem, just brush it under the table. A good example is every country I've ever been to that has more than or 3 zeros on the denomination. Like if you go somewhere where you have to pay like $1 million whatever local currency, those countries are always pieces of crap. Like they're always badly managed. They have bad infrastructure. It's because they've chosen multiple times to keep adding zeros to their dollar or to their currency instead of just fixing the problem in the first place. So think of any country that has a $1 million currency note, and I guarantee you they're mismanaged, there's corruption, and it's just a crappy government. It's a crappy country. Might be beautiful, but it'd be crappy. Like this is literally the city center. Like whenever places have this much graffiti, it just shows that the city just doesn't care. So we're walking by the mosque at night. It looks like there's people in here right now. And some are getting ice cream out here. And how strange is it that none of these mobile phone shops sell SIM cards? All right. This is the little restaurant I was told to eat at. If it's still open. Hello, добрый вечер. Are you working? Thank you. Tell me what is the name of this one?
Dumplings.
They're just called in
Klepe.
Klepe. Okay.
Sa bijelim lukom.
Klepe
Sa bijelim lukom.
sa bijelim lukom with garlic.
Dumplings with garlic. Yes.
Okay. Hvala.
Thank you.
All right, guys. This is my first Bosnian dish here. Let's see how these compare to like the Pliemis or the pierogies. Oh, they're pretty good. I don't know what I was expecting, but they're like smaller, tastier versions of all the other dishes, all the other ones. Here's why I like it. First, it comes with this cool hot clay thing. Second, it has a ton of spices. Like, it has sour cream, has garlic. It has like some kind of like, it's almost like not a spicy paprika, but it's some kind of spices. They're tiny, but they still have meat in there. They have a really nice texture. Like, I hate to say this, but this might be a tastier version of pierogies and varenikis. If nothing else, for the sauce and being in this thing. Like, look at this, guys. It has so much sauce and flavor, and they're just really tasty. Like, they're really tasty. I would say the only thing I like slightly more about the like vareniki, for example, the Ukrainian version, it's just bigger, so it's a bit heartier with more meat. But this is very tasty. Like, if you don't mind these like small bites, or you prefer the small bites, this is better in some ways. Right, so we have the second dish. Ooh, beautiful. And what is the name of this one?
Muchkalica.
Muchkalica.
Real stew.
Veal stew. Okay,
Yes.
very nice.
With rice. Sorry.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So this one is a veal stew, guys. Being a partially Muslim country, there's not that much pork being served, but veal, beef, chicken, all good, buddy. So this restaurant is now named Kai, and he's the leader, I think, of the no, it's a Turkish tribe. It's an old Ottoman tribe. I'm actually surprised because even though the Turks really like coming here, saying like, oh yeah, this is our heritage, which I guess technically is. They were here for 400 years. Most Bosnians don't like don't like that association because they were basically occupied by the Ottomans for 500 years. So it wasn't like, most Bosnians are very different than the Turks, but they kept some of the things like the religion, some of the food, and some of the like the coffee and things like that. But in general, like I've never actually seen it kind of celebrated, so I'm actually surprised they named it that. This place used to be called To Me, and it was a restaurant down the street where I was trying to find. And he just showed me the old menu from like 10 years ago, and it was actually the same price. It was 15 Bosnian dollars, which is about $8 US. So either it was the exchange rate changed, or it was expensive 10 years ago, or I don't know, the prices just kind of stayed the same here. Anyways, let's dig in because I'm starving. It's good. Very saucy. Like very saucy. Mushrooms, little pieces of very tender veal. That piece this way. Pieces of very tender veal, nice fragrant rice. It's funny. They asked me if I wanted the veal stew to be hot, and I said, yeah, of course. I thought they meant like, do you want it to be cold? But they meant spicy. So it's a bit spicy. I don't know if it's like a cream tomato-based sauce, but it's really good. This is what I missed. When I was in Croatia, by the sea in Split, lots of seafood, lots of grilled meats. Well, not grilled meats, grilled fish. But not that much of this like saucy food, even though it's the same former Yugoslavian country. What I've had here in Bosnia so far has been much more hearty and meat-based, which I prefer.
Yeah.
So you are the chef from To Be.
Yes.
Okay, I'm happy I found you again.
Yes.
The food is very
great.
nice.
Thank you.
Voila. Thank you very much for a delicious meal. I will see you again.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, guys. So this place is called Restaurant Kavi. It's basically in the old town. Really good food. Like really nice woman. Like really nice people. So I want to support them because these kind of mom and pop shops are dying to the bars and the trendy places. So good food, man. Come eat. This is where I had coffee this morning.
Uzaksın yolların dolandım geldim, tatlıdır dillerin bağlandım kaldım.
Alright, so now we're going to be having, let's see how it is. Then afterwards we'll probably go have a pint somewhere. Alright, I'm starving, but it is finally here. Okay, thank you. Hold on. I don't know why this took 20 minutes to make, but there's no sauce. And the bread's cold. Like, as you guys know, I normally love these little hole-in-the-wall mom-and-pop old places. Meat and bread are like my favorite things. Meat, bread, and onions. But this place just wasn't good. First, it took forever to come. It took over 20 minutes, and I was the only one there. And then the bread was cold and a bit stale. And then it was, I And I think here, you know, that's kind of just the way they do. They just do like meat, bread, and onions, which I guess I'd be okay with if it was tasty. But yeah, this wasn't good. The one in Split had this like really nice sauce with it, and it was way better. And I also had one here, a place called like, I don't know, had a logo of like a green dragon or something my first day, and even that was better. So I'll have to find a better place, but I don't know. Maybe these kebab things in Bosnia just aren't as good as the ones in Croatia. So sorry, you're old, but you're not tasty. All right, guys. So I'm getting some fresh pomegranate juice here in a bottle. It's $2.50 for a bottle. Voila.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so I got a bottle of this stuff. It's very good. I would say excellent. So that was 5 kuna, which is about $2.50 or $3. So a bit more expensive than in Greece, which was like insanely cheap. It was like $1. I don't know how they do it there. But the best pomegranate juice I ever had, fresh squeezed, was actually in Kyiv. It was a guy near Olympic Stadium, and he would just stand there and just squeeze pomegranate juice. I think it was about the same price as this, but his was like really good. I don't know how he did it. All right, so after a little walking around, I found this great little coffee shop right in the old town called Cafe Badim, and they have some really nice looking desserts and stuff. Look at this, beautiful. I'm gonna come back for this. But I had a double espresso and worked on my laptop for a few hours. And they were super friendly. So I'm happy to say that this place was laptop friendly and fine to work from. So they exist. You just have to look around. And unfortunately, the kind of more modern coffee shops, well, at least that one, didn't let you. But this place was cool. We have one of these Bosnian pies. It looks pretty popular. Okay, voila. So this is my burek. This is half a portion because the full portions are really big. This is a very authentic looking place. And of course, you must get a yogurt with it. Similar to Iran, but this is a yogurt. Excellent. Thank you so much. It's very tasty. Bye-bye. Voila. So this was only 3, which is $1.50, and it was amazing. Thank you. Voila. All right, so this is the sign for this place, if you can find it. It's called a Bosnian pie. Bosnia pita. It's from 1956, and all that was 3 Bosnian dollars, which is $1.60 US, and it was super tasty. It was fresh. It was made with love, and these are the reasons why I love coming to these countries. Because in the US, in most of the big cities especially, you don't have like small local places that have been around for 70 years anymore. You have chain restaurants and fast food, and just you don't have this history. Luckily, it still exists in certain places, in smaller towns, especially in the U.S., but really it's hard to find now. But places like Bosnia, or even in Ukraine, they kind of just exist, like even in the city center still. But I really try to support these places because you don't know how long they're going to be around for. This is so tasty. This is my second portion. Lots of people eat here as well. Every day, probably. Wow, this is how they make it, guys. Army back here. Okay. No? Oh, hi. No?
with meat.
Uh-huh.
You have with cheese, with spinach.
Wow.
With another.
And what is the name of this?
Pita.
Pita. Just pita.
Just pita.
Okay. And it's like it's such a big portion, but even the small women are eating.
You can take it's going to week, you know.
Yeah.
You can take 100 gram or 200
Yeah.
or half a kilo or 1 kilo or 2 kilo, 5 kilo.
And you take 5 kilos.
No. I take half. It's enough.
Is it enough?
Yeah.
But I'm surprised even like this the women are eating big portions.
We have big women.
Very strong, yeah?
Yeah.
Strong country.
Yeah, look at this behind you. She can also good. It's in Bosnian we eat very strong food, you know. It's very spicy also. It's normal for.
Oh, please. Oh, sorry.
It's normal for this area.
Yeah. Oh, it's very interesting for me. Okay. Koala. Triana. Everyone. All right. All right.
Neskira, ajde nije više od 50.
Fresh fruit.
Neće ga nikad zatvoriti.
All right, guys. So I'm starving, and today I'm gonna have some traditional Bosnian food. This place called Kadif. I love walking out here. There's just always music happening. There's lots of people on the streets. It's a very nice city for people watching, and for just kind of hanging out. So I'm gonna go down this little alley here and have a little traditional Bosnian food.
Uzeo kontejner onaj od smeća.
This looks nice. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, so I think this is some real stew. Look at those little dumpling things that they had. Some spinach, meatball, some stuffed different types of vegetables with meats. This grape stuffed thing, and probably some puree mashed potatoes. All right, so the good news is everything that I ordered, I guess, is already like pre-made. So it came out really fast, which is good because I'm starving. These dumpling things are not as good as the one I had the other day. The dough is really thick, while the other one was really thin and tender. Spinach is okay. These stuffed meat things are pretty good. Let me savor it and enjoy my meal, and I'll let you know how it all goes. Thanks so much. So we have this Bosnian delight, I guess. Something called bozo, fermented drink I never had before, and a little classic baklava. It's funny, out of all these things, the thing I'm most curious about is this bozo drink. It's nice. It's kind of like nothing I've ever had in my life. If I had to describe it, it's like peach juice and kefir mixed together. Fermented peach yogurt. Boza.
Zdravo, prijatelji. Today I will make for you boza. Boza is a traditional Balkan beverage. It's a really unique flavor, really special. I don't know if you like it, but please try it. Tell me, maybe you like it.
So what is boza actually? Boza is a corn flour sugary mixture which is then let ferment overnight with some regular baking yeast.
I like it. This looks good. Also very nice. It's not a rice pudding, it's not a milk pudding. I don't know what it is. It has coconut on top, it has a little bit of pistachio. It's fantastic. That was fantastic. Super interesting. Baklava, not that great. I think it was much better than Turkey. Alright, so overall, super good dessert. Be happy it came. Very good coffee shop, good place. It is funny though. I don't know if you noticed all the people were smoking. It's like one of the few places left where people are smoking. So today I'm at a place called Brek Olympic. This one is near the center. Oh, beautiful. And this is my beautiful server this morning.
Oh, thank you.
And we have, thank you. We have half meat and half cheese and half spinach. That's how it is. So this one is right in like off the, I mean, this is literally the touristy center. So let's see if this one tastes as good. This one does have sauce on it, which is nice. Looks nice. The meat is very good. I would say the other place feels a bit more authentic because it's like very thin, while this one's a bit thicker. Like the dough wise. Here's a hint, guys. If you're ever wondering what makes a pastry good, it's how thin they can make the dough while still hold it together. It doesn't taste hard. But very good overall. Koala, thank you very much. Bye. So guys, that was the meat. That was the best one. But they also had the spinach cheese only, and potato. It's right here on the center street. I don't know if it's just every weekend, but there's fresh fruits and vegetables being sold here. They look really good. We have kind of weekend market. There's a big one here actually, just on the left. Market. This is just basically in the city center, so it's kind of cool how close it is to everything. The only thing I realized, there's no prices on anything. This one does. It says 4, but there's no prices marked. How much is it per kilo? How much is it per kilo? 6. Why is there no prices? Why don't you write the price? Okay, follow. So I think if you are local, if you know what the price should be, it's a great place. Or you better shop at these places, because some places mark the price, but some of them don't. So, for example, this marks, but that doesn't. It's strange. It's really random. Like tomatoes and potatoes are always marked. Oh, cherries are marked. These are 4. This one's marked, and this one is 5 here. So at least you have an idea, because some of them are marked. It's fine. I really love shopping at markets like this. The only thing that stops me normally is if I have no idea what the price should be. Then I always feel like I'm gonna get ripped off as a tourist. Hello. Mushrooms.
Yeah.
Give me.
Yeah.
Okay, not today, but thank you, Koala. People here seem very friendly. There's prices marked, at least at some of the stalls, so you have an idea of what it should cost, and that way you can actually just go around. But if you did see, the only one that didn't have it marked, or one of the ones that didn't have it marked, they wanted 6 kuna per kilo, and this one's only 5. So you're definitely still paying more if you don't know what the price should be. And then just outside, you have more of like a bazaar that you can buy kind of more random things. Hello, what's up? How are you? Good. All right, guys. So this is Srebrenica Zelo #1, the famous spot. Let's see how it tastes compared to the other one I had. Let's see if Sarajevo tastes good. And I like that they serve the yogurts in a glass as well. Chiva? 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 Chi? Chi? Chiva?
Zweimal tea.
Okay.
Zweimal tea.
Chiva Shishki.
Kebab tea.
Chiva Chichki. No, don't wait. Chiva Chichki.
Viele Sprachen mit Bosnien und dann immer vergessen.
Bosnian is very difficult to speak, but Hvala. Hvala. Oh. Hvala.
Hvala.
Yeah, that's correct. Go back. So guys, here is my kebab chichi.
Meine
Meine
Schwiegertochter.
I'm Johnny.
Ja, aber na, japanische.
Japanische?
Ja.
Ja, poнимаешь. Еще раз?
Meine Enkelkind, verstehen Sie? Verheiratet mit der japanischen Frau.
Oh, I look Japanese.
Weiß ich nicht.
Yeah,
Aber
yeah.
liebt Amerika.
Ah, okay. Cool. Good. So guys, I am with my new friends here in Sarajevo, and I'm gonna have my kebab chichi.
Ja, richtig, ja.
Oh, finally I said it right. Let's see how it tastes. So, how I eat?
Gut Appetit.
Oh, guten Appetit. Okay. Danke schön. Gerne.
Sehr, schmeckt.
Very good. Schmeckt das. It's yogurt. Yogurt.
Smetana.
Smetana. Oh, sour cream.
Ja.
Oh, nice.
Oder Käse. Oder Käse.
Oh, that Kirche.
Ja, diese, ja.
Okay. Make it like a sandwich. It's been really interesting eating here. I would say the kebab chichi is excellent. It took like 2 minutes to come out as well. Good chef, very tasty. Go over there. And kopala. So he's cooking everything there in this oven, and it's very fresh, very good. I would say, like, the experience has been 100 times better than the other place, which took forever and it wasn't as good. And here I like it because it has the smetana, which is kind of like a cream, like a sour cream. The bread was hot and warm. The other place was cold, and I would say the sausage just tastes better. So I feel bad for the other one because that's the guy's dad, and it's been around for a long time, but I'm a bit annoyed because I went there thinking, being recommended that it was the best, and if I didn't come here today on my last day, I would have missed it, and I would have told everyone that Sarajevo kebab wasn't very good. So that's why it's important to go to places that are recommended, not by someone who is the owner and has some affiliation, but from what you read online or from like a random YouTuber like me that I don't get a commission to become here or anything, but definitely come to this place. I'm sure locals will still go there, so they'll still stay in business. And if you're here for a week, you can go there and see the difference. But this place, by far, is the best. This is also really, really good. I actually almost prefer this than chibachki. I don't know why it's a different flavor. The yogurt is very, very thick, like the thickest I've ever seen. So definitely, I wouldn't drink this on itself, but it goes well with it. So, cheers. Thank you for very good food.
Thanks.
What is the name of this restaurant?
Jalo.
Jalou.
Yeah.
Okay, Fala.
Thank you.
See you guys. People should come here and eat, yeah? Okay, Fala. Oh. I decided to come with the Bosnian girls in her traditional dress. Hello. And to have some, this one is the Bosnian coffee.
Yeah.
And then the Turkish tea. So it's like we have Bosnian baklava.
Yeah.
Bosnian coffee.
Yes.
And then the traders have the Turkish tea and Turkish baklavas.
Yes, this is with chocolate and this is with pistachios.
Oh, why are you having all the Turkish stuff in Bosnia?
Because we're so used to the Bosnian at home.
Yeah, because you have it all the time.
Yeah.
But but you're in Montenegro. It's the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk, manga talk. Let's eat. Oh, actually, I need to pour, huh? Oh shit! Do I actually pour this
No, you
on
don't.
top of it?
You have to
That is one Turkish delight that you just take with the
Ah.
coffee. Like
'Cause
we're having
no.
Did you pour
I was
it?
watching a YouTube video before I came about
how to drink coffee.
like Sarajevo, and these people. And this is why you should never trust YouTubers because we don't know what we're talking about. They poured it on top of that, and then afterwards they ate it, and they're like, "Oh, it's really nice."
So we've got our desserts, but before we even start with that, we've got Bosnian coffee. Now, I was expecting something similar to Turkish coffee. It looks very similar, but the cups that they've brought us, there's a little sugar cube in there, and it looks like some Turkish delight. Now it's inside the cup, so I can only assume that you would take your coffee and pour it into the cup over the sugar and the Turkish delight.
No, I would not do that.
You don't do that.
Like you dip the sugar right in the coffee.
So I pour that. Am I doing this right?
Yeah. And it's very important to have the cream in the coffee. It says that it's
Oh,
very good
a
cooked.
creamer. So that's a good one.
Yeah.
And then what do I do with it?
You dip the
Sugar?
sugar bite.
And then
You eat it.
I eat the sugar?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, you need to eat.
Okay, can you hold this for a second?
Yeah.
Like it's gonna
Okay.
melt in your mouth.
So I
you
just-
can't dip twice. It's
And
also,
then?
and then you drink the coffee. Like it's very hot right now.
And then what do I do with this?
You eat that one as well.
Do I dip it?
No, you don't.
I can't. So
You
I'm not
can
supposed-
dip it if you want to, but it's additional sweetness.
I feel like I just had like a huge sugar rush already.
Yeah, that's the point.
Oh my god.
That's the point.
So much sugar.
And some baklava on top of it.
Oh my god. Then I had this sweet baklava.
Yeah.
How do people not here all have diabetes?
Well, they do.
Look at this. Oh my god.
Perfect.
That's why the people are so sweet here.
Oh,
Yeah.
explains. Actually, this isn't that sweet. Like it looks like it would be.
You don't think it's that sweet?
Oh, actually, never mind. No, I think it is. But I think maybe compared to this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the initial shock wasn't
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Oh,
All right, guys.
what a sugar rush.
If I go to the hospital, you'll know why.
Yeah.
Tusen talk. Voila.
Sugar.
Because it's not sweet enough, she's adding sugar.
Yeah.
This one is also without sugar, I think.
Yeah, I think the Turkish tea is pretty
Yeah.
bitter, so you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's strong.
Huh? Explain.
It's one smaller one, one smaller kettle with a tea inside. It's black tea, and it's very concentrated. So basically, what you do is you pour some concentrate, like half a cup, and then you add just boiling water on top of it. So that's how you drink it.
So you
And
get
some people,
perfect
like
mixture.
my mom, for example, she only drinks the concentrate.
Wow, really?
Yeah, without sugar, without water. She likes it strong.
She's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, well, explains a lot about you guys. So,
Yeah.
cheers.
Cheers.
Skål.
Welcome to Sarajevo.
Thank you. How do you say it in Bosnian or Montenegro? Živjeli.
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 Čekaj, sad smo jeli jednu ovu bijelu baklavu malu, jednu čokoladnu, jednu veliku baklavu,
Dva turka čaja, jedna
Fiat chai
bosanska.
i bosanska coffee.
jednu 5 čajeva smo dali.
Very nice to meet you, girls.
Bye bye.
Hvala, bye bye, ciao, ciao. So it was super interesting meeting these girls because so they happened to be sitting at the next table when I was having my kebab, and they were laughing at my pronunciation of kebab. We ended up chatting. She was wearing this traditional Bosnian embroidered shirt, which in Ukraine is really popular as well. So I think in the Slavic region, there was every village had a different type of embroidered shirt, or at least in many places.
Ukrainians around the world who wear shirts with ethnic embroidery in celebration of the Ukrainian identity.
Good thing to go to the square, wear вишиванка, and see many people in вишиванка.
So they are originally Montenegrin, or from Montenegro, but they live in Sweden. So actually born and raised in Sweden, and they come back here to visit family, but also they are Swedish Montenegrin Muslims in Bosnia, well, visiting Bosnia. So they came back to pray and kind of do their thing. And it's so interesting because I always like grew up in the U.S. Like the only Muslims you ever see on TV or meet, or like the ones in the traditional like hijabs from like the Middle East. But here, as you notice, like Muslims look like literally every race. I don't know. I guess yeah. You know what? Even like yeah. Even I have food. Oh, you want food? Yeah. You want to eat? Kebab chichi. Okay. Enjoy. Follow. So, I gave her food already. I gave your mom food. You want water? What do you want? Huh? Ti mama da? Nije ti mama. Izvini. Izvini. I gave her food. All right, so I gave her my kebab chichi. She was asking for food, or money actually. But anyways, so here, like you see Muslims, some kind of all different races and ethnicities. It's a very multicultural town. There's Catholics, there's Christians here, but I think actually it might be majority Muslim still, at least in Sarajevo, at least 50, like around 50%. It's a lot. And you can see it because there's all these spires everywhere. But in general, it's best not to give money directly to beggars because you never know if it's helping the situation or making it worse. So if you want to donate, normally donate to like a charity or a cause that's helping people, or I guess giving them food might be okay. It's really nice.
Handmade.
Yeah? Where was it made?
I made.
You made it?
Yes.
Wow.
It's 15th generation.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
My father, grandfather.
Uh-huh. Really? These guys?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And it's with the money. I made coffee pot 800 liter, Guinness record. 800 liter.
Wow.
Champion.
The biggest one, huh? Very cool.
United States?
From US, yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah. It's really interesting to see all this.
That's nice. That's original.
That's the...
Yes.
That's maybe, how much is this one?
50 mark.
50 marks? Okay. Oh, it's not... It's okay.
That you can see use it. That's copper.
$25, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Not now, but it is very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, follow.
On.
Oh, this is the tools you use to make it, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Cool. Follow. Nice to see all this stuff. That's China. Oh, these are beautiful. Hey, the genie will come out. Oh wow, he's actually making one. Don't be done. That's cool. Hello.
How are you?
Dory Den, how are you?
Great.
Feels like I'm back in time or something.
Where are you come from?
Originally from California.
Great.
We don't have anything like this there. Only in movies.
What you said?
We don't have things like this in California.
Yeah, I know that. So I think that everything is interesting for you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's funny that these are
If
exactly the
you
same.
want something that has generally discounts, the price is a little bit lower than you see.
Okay, thank you.
Just to have online. It's all handmade.
Yeah. Where are they made?
Here, made in my
Okay.
family.
Really? Okay. Because it's funny, the guy in the corner had this exact one, and he said that he made it. But it's
Well, I will tell you something.
Okay.
This old art, actually, it's going generations by generations. For you, in one moment, it's looked that they all same.
Okay.
But actually, they have something different. Must
Really?
be something.
Okay.
It's our traditional coffee sets and everything. So we're making it all coffee sets, but every of it has some touch that is different than others.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice to hear that. Okay, cool.
Also on the sides, also you have our stamp down on the coffee boxes with my family name.
Okay. So on the bottom of it, or
Let me
can you show me this?
Easy way. There is that.
Oh, nice. So this one, so this will be different than someone else's stamp.
Of course.
Okay.
Because that's our family name.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So this one across the street. This one's a stamp. It says handmade Fidiojic. Let's see what it says on hers. Handmade. Madid. And let's see for these. Okay, so they are all different, but it's a similar stamp. There's different names on it. That's cool. What are we doing? Można. Can I watch?
No.
Okay.
5 mark.
Oh, no, it's okay. Forget it. Alright, so I wanted to film this guy making a pot, but he wanted to charge for it. Which I understand why they don't want tourists coming in to take photos and leaving, but at the same time, it is showing that their craft, and hopefully more people will actually come if they see people actually making it by hand. But you know, so it's his choice. Yeah, I like to see people actually making it because then it kind of proves that it actually is made. Like if I was able to, oh, you know what? Actually, this would be good. Like if you wanted to buy one, instead of just buying one that's just like standing around, I'm sure you can pay one of these guys, maybe pay a little extra, and say like, can you just make it actually in front of me, and then that way you know it's authentic, and you can even maybe take a photo or film them making it. I think that'd be really cool. Unfortunately, I don't actually drink this Bosnian coffee very often, and I don't want to travel with the pot, but I think it would be a cool souvenir to bring back home. All right. Ooh, very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Fala.
Enjoy.
He's so good, huh?
Thank you very much. Enjoy in Sarajevo.
Thank you so much.
Nice time.
Now I am. Now I found you.
Thank you. Do you have some wishes?
I don't know anything about piano music. So.
Piano? No, this is not piano. This was Brian Adams actually.
Oh really? Oh nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I walked all the way here to Fabrica coffee shop because it looks super nice, at least in the photos. So these are the best baristas, and I think she might be my cousin.
Yeah, probably.
Part of Mongolian.
New generation.
Could be. I'm glad I found this for my time here. So he gave me a present. He first meant to give me roses.
Yeah, very distant cousin.
Really? Thank you. Fala. Rose water, guys, and my Americano. Guys, I really like this coffee shop, but literally everybody around me is smoking. Again, it's indoors as well, so I gotta go outside and get some air. It's crazy. Like, if people want to smoke outside, it's fine, but literally I have not been anywhere in the world for the last decade where it's allowed to smoke inside confined space. The Bosnians love smoking. Like, I haven't seen anyone smoke in their car in a long time. Like, there's not even ashtrays in American cars anymore because people don't want their cars to stink. But yeah, welcome to Bosnia. Welcome to Sarajevo. Meanwhile, you have this really nice smelling fresh coffee here. So you have this beautiful fresh coffee, and then you have people literally smoking indoors.
Traveling all around.
Yeah, a little bit. I have to. Okay, so the one thing I'm very curious about is Sarajevo? It's allowed to smoke inside?
Yes, on the ground floor.
Oh, okay, but up there, no?
No, it's not.
Okay. It's so weird. I haven't seen it in any country in like 10 years.
My man, 16-year-olds, 15-years smoke.
Wow.
I started smoking, I was 15.
And like many people in Bosnia smoke?
I smoke since my 8.
Wow.
You're in Bosnia, if someone don't smoke, they see you like awkward.
Really?
Like,
You
weird.
can't enjoy coffee, man. You can't enjoy coffee, food, nothing but a cigarette.
And like
After you eat, it's relaxing to light up the cigarette.
But what about health? Like, do people are people concerned?
Nah.
Everyone here actually lived pretty long.
Wow.
My grandma was 104 years
Yeah?
when she died, and she smoked all her life. So.
It's so crazy.
We are cocky about that.
Okay, you live long despite. Okay, good luck. Okay.
Tito was only president who smoked cigarette in the White House.
Oh,
in
wow.
America.
He was just that big of a badass.
Cigarette or cigar even? Because I think some maybe
Cigarettes.
wow.
Yeah, like equivalent.
And okay, so who is Tito?
Tito was the former leader of Yugoslavia.
Uh-huh.
He united Yugoslavia. He united every nation in the Balkans under one flag, under one nation called Yugoslavia. It was like basically, I don't know, you can say like the Soviet Union of the Balkans. Everyone's together, everyone's trying to do the same thing, trying to make Yugoslavia the best place to live, everything.
And do you wish that Yugoslavia was still existing?
Yes, of course. I mean, some people do, some people don't. I mean, I've heard stories from my grandfather, my grandmother, that it was a better time. Like, homeless people can sleep anywhere, the police wouldn't bother them. Like, there was no, like, religions, nothing. It was basically, like, you just lived there, that's it. You were just under Tito, and Tito was, your leader, that's it. Everyone loved Tito.
And do you feel the same?
Socialism, yeah, but Tito
forbid.
Yeah, he has forbid the religion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, almost Muslims people, they don't
like him.
Yeah.
Okay. And
that's the reason that I don't love.
Okay. Are you religious?
Yeah.
Which one? What religion?
Islam.
Huh?
Muslim.
So you Muslim? Okay. So you miss Yugoslavia, but not necessarily Tito.
Yeah.
Okay. It's interesting because you guys are pretty young. Like, how old are you?
I'm 26.
26, and you?
I'm 20.
Because I've heard, like, when I was in like Ukraine or the former USSR, you have some older people who miss USSR, but I never met anyone young, like under 30, who dreams about socialism again.
You know what's the problem between comparing the Soviet Union and Yugoslavia? The problem was the two leaders. There was Stalin, there was Tito. Tito actually tried to get better stuff for the people, while Stalin didn't care. Stalin just wanted to be the most powerful, no matter what happened. I mean, Tito did have a gulag. He was playing on two sides, America and Russia. But the thing with Tito, actually, he hated Stalin. Stalin hated him too. Stalin sent 8 different assassins to kill him, and they all failed. And he wrote a letter to Stalin saying no matter how many people you send, you're not getting rid of me.
Wow.
I'm gonna die a natural death. There's no way you're gonna get rid of me. And they had a lot of fights, a lot of indifferences, everything. They compare Tito to Stalin, but it's like the light side of Stalin.
That's great.
Everything that when Tito died, everything went to shit.
Wow.
Everything got fucked up. Countries started leaving Yugoslavia. Then when we left, there was a big problem. Serbia started attacking us. Serbia started threatening us. If you leave Yugoslavia, this will be the worst decision of your lives. And he, the president of Serbia said, for every Serbian you kill, we will kill 100 Muslims.
Oh my God, yeah. Can I ask what religion you are?
I'm a Muslim too.
You're also Muslim?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell in Bosnia because everyone looks to me the same, but I guess there's 3 different religions here.
I mean, as soon as you hear the name, of the person, you already know.
Yeah, it's interesting. Guys, so I got invited to the table to have some coffees. Cheers, guys. Cheers to interesting conversations in Sarajevo. I wish I met you guys earlier. I really do.
Yeah, but maybe next time.
Yeah, next time. Very nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
Enjoy.
Ciao, ciao. All right, guys, that wraps up an entire week here in Sarajevo. Can't believe I've been here for 7 days already, but today's my last day, and I'm going to be leaving to my next destination. But to wrap up Sarajevo, should you come visit or not, it's really hard to recommend as a tourist destination because that's not what it is. Lots of history here, though. But I would say almost all the tourists I've met here had a tie to this region, to either Sarajevo or to Bosnia, maybe the region. So I don't think I really met any tourists that didn't have a religious reason to be here or a family reason to be here. And it's definitely not set up for tourists to come. So come on your own risk. There's a very high chance you're going to get pickpocketed or at least harassed, and you have a really high chance that it's going to be hard to buy things with, to get cash out, or it's not going to be an easy trip, let's say that. From everything from getting a SIM card to getting cash out of ATM to not being able to use your credit cards really almost anywhere. But I would say after 1 week of being here, I'm glad I came. It was really interesting for me to come. I didn't know anything about the Bosnian War, and I didn't realize how similar it is to what's happening in Ukraine right now. And what's crazy is thinking in 10 or 20 years, maybe sooner, there's going to be tours in Ukraine talking about the Russian invasion and the attempted siege of Kyiv. Luckily, the Russians were never able to completely surround Kyiv, but like they did Sarajevo for 7 years, but they definitely tried. So it is crazy. And it's also crazy knowing that if Russia had succeeded, that Bosnia would have been next, and the Serbians would have taken over with the help of the Russians.
The peace agreement that binds together Bosnia-Herzegovina is under growing threat. We have a special report tonight on a part of Europe that experienced immense suffering during the conflict of the 1990s. Bosnia was devastated during that war, which followed the disintegration of the state of Yugoslavia. Tens of thousands of people were killed. Hundreds of thousands were driven from their homes in a process of ethnic cleansing, and rape was widely used as a weapon of war. An international deal ended the fighting in 1995, but the tensions have continued. Now, the Dayton Accords split Bosnia into two regions, the Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina and the Bosnian Serb Republic. Since then, during years of economic stagnation, corruption and political turmoil, leaders on all sides have used the divisions of the past to cling to power. But now the Bosnian Serb leader, Milorad Dodik, is threatening to break up the state, denying well-established evidence that his side committed genocide during the war of the 1990s.
It's a crazy time we live in right now, guys. So it's been interesting, and I'm happy that there is peace here in Bosnia, and I hope there's going to be peace in Ukraine very soon.
Uzaksın yolların dolandım geldim, tatlıdır dillerin bağlandım kaldım. Günahın boynuna işte